Hi there, and welcome to Malvern Panalytical in conjunction with DKSH, our representative in Southeast Asia and Taiwan. So if you find us familiar, my name is Mel, and I have Vern with me to stage. And we always come online at least half an hour before webinars. So if you have been joining our webinar series, we've been doing a lot since pre-COVID days, and we want to do a quick recap of our previous webinar, which was really interesting, and many people had a lot of questions from it. So basically, as you can see on the screen, different techniques such as dynamic light scattering, DLS, and nano tracking analysis, NTA, are both used for nano research. But how are they different exactly, and how do they actually complement each other? Our presenters, Anand and Michael, actually discussed a lot in detail within our webinar on demand. So let's have a look at the recap.
Yes, obviously DLS and NTA, they are very similar techniques in terms of they make use of Brownian motion, but they obviously have a lot of differences in terms of their methodology. So DLS is more intensity based and NTA is more number based. And DLS, it talks about the diffusion coefficient for your particle size distribution, whereas NTA make use of the visualization of individual particles in the solution to give the data that you are looking for.
Exactly. So you want to actually understand more about the different techniques so that you can apply them according to the type of sample or really the type of information that you're looking for. This slide is really quite self-explanatory. It covers the size ranges that the different techniques cover. And if you are not yet familiar, DLS is a technique used by our newest model, which is known as the Zetasizer Ultra, which is you can see over here. And you can see it covers quite a broad spectrum in terms of the size range. And the NTA is by our technology name, which is the instrument called NanoSight 3000. So go and have a look on the website on malvernpanalytical.com if you want to learn more information about this. This is really to give you a summary of when it is a good time to use DLS versus NTA. So it's really about knowing your sample type also. And obviously, it's what Vern mentioned, the broader concentration range, that's really good if you're using DLS. And then, if you are using having fluorescent samples using the same laser length, then you should use DLS. But obviously, if it's polydispersed and you want to have a higher resolution of the peaks, then you would use NTA. So I shall not cover too much of detail. Let our application specialist share more information with you. Go watch the webinar on demand. And I will get to it in a bit where you can find the webinar on demand. So let's have a look. It's not to say that one technique is better or another technique has a lot of limitations. It's really about knowing the technique in your sample and what exactly you do want to find out.
So like what Mel mentioned earlier, both techniques work complementary to each other. So actually NTA, both NTA and DLS, they could give you information, similar information of your samples itself. Say for example, the particle size. But when it comes to looking for a sample with higher resolution, if you need a higher resolution of your peaks, NTA would be a good option. But if you are looking for a generic overview of your peaks, DLS would be a good option as well.
That's right. So if you want to find out more information about the different case studies, and we have a lot. So we have different sample types, whether it's talking about liposomes or antibodies with gold nanoparticles or polystyrene standards. Go check out this white paper that you see on the screen, and I would show you in a bit where you can find it. So take note of this URL, malvernpanalytical.com/learn. And over there, you will be able to find not only these white papers, technical notes, application notes, and even the webinar on demand, which is the one that you see on the screen right now. And we really hope that you go onto our website. Really go and check it out. And Bun, this will be the last webinar of the series that we're hosting.
Yes, like what Mel mentioned, this will be our last session of the gene therapy and viral vector webinar series. So we will be covering on loading time and stability of your sample. And if you are interested in that, do join us on the 25th August, 11:30 India time or 2 p.m. Singapore time. And our specialist, Dr. Michael Case, would give us more insight. So definitely join us.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So if you want to find out all the information that we just talked about, looking into the different techniques, understanding your applications, we have a dedicated page just for researchers, and really go on to malvernpanalytical.com/academia and look out for pharmaceuticals. For example, if you are not joining us from pharmaceuticals, you're just doing advanced materials research on nanomaterials, go onto this website also, and you can choose the different genre that you're looking at. We have all that information online. And by the way, we do have a blog too. So check it out, materials-talks. We post blogs like weekly. So loads and loads of information. If you do have, more interest in our webinars, do register, subscribe for these newsletters. And if you do have any questions for us, this is the email address on the page right now. Look forward to seeing you, and do come online early for our webinars. We will be there to chit chat with you and share with you more of the latest information. All right. Thanks so much, Ben. See ya, guys. Bye.